What is going on, everybody? It is Dylan with Astrodfs, bringing you a brand new video. Today's video, I'm going over some wide receivers to target in cash games. Now, normally this is how I go over it, is just going on DraftKings, looking at all the players, and then just kind of talking about them. But if you are new to Astrodfs, need to subscribe to our package this season, you will get this. Now, granted, I will have these videos going based off of these, but if you want the full experience of getting everything, just click the link in our Discord, find our package, and you will get all of this it's very cheap. Not trying to upsell you guys if you don't want it and it's not your thing, by all means, but if you are interested in getting this on a consistent basis, definitely check that out. So let's get into it though. So as you can see on the right side here, we have cash plays, stackable options, values, tournaments, and smashes, right? So let's go over the cash plays, right? That's why we're here. That's what we're talking about. So up here at 8,200 is Tyreek Hill, obviously going against the Chargers. We know what Tyreek Hill is capable of against any team. Does not matter the team, right? Could be used in so many ways. I do believe the Chargers defense, I've talked about this, is definitely improved from last year just because of health-wise. A lot of those guys underperformed as well. So Tyreek Hill, 8,200, I still feel is a very good cash option if you're looking to pay up, right? And then going on some more cash options, and these are stacks. So we like Keenan Allen with Justin Herbert, right? 7,300. I mean, enough said. Miami's missing some pieces. Granted, they still have Javon Holland and Xavier Howard, but they're missing Jalen Ramsey early, and I'm going to target that as early as I can before he comes back, and Vic Fangio finds a way to make that defense better. So I'm going to target Keenan Allen as early as I can against a matchup against Miami. And then we go down and we get DK Metcalf here, 7,000 going against the Rams. He's a very stackable option with Geno Smith. It's the same with Tyler Lockett, like $300 cheaper. I think you can go either one and not have a huge issue there. I think Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf are just like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, right? Like they're going to be close in price. One guy's obviously going to outscore the other one, but it's finding which one at which price is worth paying. So either one, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf going against a Rams secondary who's just shredded. I mean, really badly shredded. My only concern with stacking Seattle is Seattle gets a huge lead to start. Granted, this is a Sean McVay team, and we've seen games to where they fight. They find a way to fight, right? Matt Stafford's back, but we've also seen that Rams team just be down at halftime, and you're running the ball a lot. So that is my only concern with the Seahawks pass catchers here in Metcalf and Lockett. And then we go down to Calvin Ridley at 6,500, who I think is just one of the best plays this week, getting a fresh start on a new team in a really good matchup, divisional game against the Colts, right? If you like Trevor Lawrence, I recommend getting Calvin Ridley, right? 6,500, so kind of that mid-price, kind of a comfortable price of paying a wide receiver, right? Like if you're paying one of these wide receivers up here, anything above 7,000, you're gonna have to pay down somewhere, right? Calvin Ridley, yes, like you're not gonna be able to spend crazy, but 6,500 Calvin Ridley is a really good price point, and really good opportunity. Like these are one of the plays that I love, right? If he doesn't pan out, then he doesn't, but everything is leaning towards him having a very successful game against the Colts, right? Like I'm man enough to say when I'm wrong, but Calvin Ridley, 6,500, one of my favorite plays at the wide receiver position. We go down to Christian Watson here at 6,000. Some people like Jordan Love. I'm not okay with taking that risk yet in cash. I think he's a really good tournament play, though. Like, by all means, I think he's a good tournament play. I think he's worth putting in lineups in tournaments, right? Cash, I'm not willing to take that risk yet. And it could pay out if he has a really good game, right? He's really cheap this week, and stacking him with Christian Watson is a very cheap stack, right? That could succeed. Am I in love with Christian Watson this week? No, I think the Bears secondary is probably their better of their defense. Their defense is improving, and they're going to have games, right? They have a young secondary of Kyler Gordon and Tyreek Stevenson and Jaquan Brisker. Like, they're young, so mistakes are still going to happen. But more of a tournament than cash. But Christian Watson's there for me. And then Amari Cooper is just mispriced. In my opinion, like I get Cincinnati's secondary, and they've lost, their two safeties. But 5,800 for a wide receiver that finished top 12 in fantasy last year, 5,800 seems kind of criminal to me. Cleveland still has a good offensive line, right? They lose Kareem Hunt, but they still have Nick Chubb. They're able to run the ball efficiently, right? But you have to remember, they paid Deshaun Watson a lot of money for a reason. It's not to hand the ball off, right? Tennessee paid Tannehill for a reason. Hand the ball off, run play action good. That's what he did with A.J. Brown. Cleveland's paying Deshaun Watson to pass the ball, right? They add Elijah Moore to this team. They still have David Njoku, right? They still have Amari Cooper. They get some rookies and younger talent in to kind of help that team. But Amari Cooper at 5,800 is criminal in my point. I think he's a great cash play. I think he's someone under 6,000 to easily target this week. Good matchup. Really criminal price in great talent as is. So Amari Cooper, another option there. And then we go down to Christian Kirk. So if you can't afford Calvin Ridley for whatever reason, and you still want Jacksonville, Christian Kirk is 5,600, so a $900 pay down from Ridley to Kirk. Kirk still has a really good matchup against Indianapolis, so I upsold Jacksonville to the Colts already. But if you just want to pay down and still want some Jacksonville exposure, Christian Kirk is right there. Deebo Samuel 5,500 against Pittsburgh. Signs are pointing that George Kittle might not play in this game, and that's good for someone like Deebo Samuel, right? It's been a weird ride for Deebo. He looked like one of the best receivers. Looked kind of misused last year, but they were doing so successful. I think if George Kittle is out, Deebo Samuel becomes a really good play at 5,500. Granted, a rough matchup against Pittsburgh, but I mean, this is a matchup where someone like Deebo excels. So 5,500, I'm okay with more in a tournament stacking with Purdy. I don't like a Purdy Deebo stack, but I think he's a pretty good price point. I'm not there yet in cash. I'd rather pay $100 more for Christian Kirk, but I think he is an option there. And then we go down to Courtland Sutton here, 5,200 against Vegas. We know that Vegas secondary is terrible. Jared Jeudy is out. A lot of the wide receivers are yet again out for Denver. So it looks like Courtland Sutton is going to be the number one guy there by far. And at 5,200, it's a great cash play, right? He is a guy at 5,200 that you save salary on and still get a guy with a lot of opportunities and a really good matchup. So Courtland Sutton at 5,200 is another option there, guys. After that, you guys could see some of the plays that we have in here. Last guy I'll go over, Marvin Mims at 3,000. If you want to play him in cash, I'm okay with playing him in cash. But that is it for wide receiver, guys. Like I said, if you guys want to join, the link for the Discord will be down in the description below. We'll have our subscription package and what we offer there. So if you guys are interested in getting these weekly, we will try to get the showdown ones as well for you guys to offer. So if you guys are interested, just click the link. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.